Okay, hello everyone. My name is Holly, and during this hour, we are going to be talking about predictions. So we'll read an article it's actually a real fun article about different predictions that happened that actually were kind of funny now because they were wrong. So this should be a fun class. We will go over vocabulary words, practice speaking. We will also read an article to practice pronunciation and comprehension. So hello again, Anna Carolina. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Holly. I'm
Hi.
a
All right. Your
little.
mic.
Can you hear
Yes.
me okay?
Yep.
Are you all ready to feed up with me?
No, not at all. Absolutely not. So,
Thank you.
and hello, Sabrina.
Hello, hi.
Nice to see you
Again.
again. It's been such a long time since I've seen both of you. So, and hello, Jorge. Jorge. Is that Jorge Luis? So you are muted, so you need to unmute. So, hello, Alejandro.
Hello again.
Again. Yeah, it's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Hello. Hello,
Hi,
teacher.
Jorge.
Sorry.
No worries. Jorge? So where are you from, Jorge?
I'm from Colombia, Bogota.
Colombia. Awesome. Bogota. All right. I spent about 3 or 4 days there about almost 6 years ago now. It was great. I loved it there, but it was not long enough. So awesome. All right. And we have in the class with you, we have Sabrina from Brazil and Ana Carolina from Brazil and Alejandro from Argentina. And then we have Carlos from Mexico and then the Hussein Naga. Good morning.
Good morning. How
Is
are
it
you?
what time is it
Early
in
morning.
Azerbaijan?
In Azerbaijan, early morning, 5 AP.
5 a.m. Oh wow. And then we have Giancarlo here from Mexico. So wow. So Hussein Naga, you're up very early. So excellent. So it's nice to see you all again. Some of you I've seen a couple hours today already. It's nice to see you again. And then it's nice to see you, Giancarlo. Can you speak?
Yes, sure. Hello, hello,
Awesome.
Holly.
All right.
How are you?
Very good. Always I want to check your microphones in the beginning of class. Carlos, can you speak?
Yes, Holly.
Awesome. All right. Because if I don't check your microphones in about 10 minutes when I ask you a question and it doesn't work, it's frustrating for all of us, right? So, all right. So this class is on predictions. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out by discussing what we think are important inventions. We're going to look at some vocabulary words. We will make some predictions ourselves, and then we will read an article. And this is a really fun article because it talks about how people have predicted things that are not true at all. So, so as a group, it says in pairs, but as a group, what do you think has been the most important inventions of the last 100 years? So, Alejandro, what do you think has been the most important invention of the last 100 years?
For me, the computer and the iPhone.
The iPhone. I love the iPhone. I have
No, airplane.
airplane. I thought you said iPhone. I was like, oh, I love the iPhone. Okay.
No.
Computer and airplane. Okay. All right. And Ana Carolina, what do you think has been the most important invention of the last 100 years?
Teacher, I don't know because in one century, a lot of things were invented.
Uh-huh.
The microwave.
Microwave is very
Microwave.
nice.
Can you imagine your life without a microwave?
I remember life without a microwave. So I remember very much. So, but no, I couldn't imagine it now. But Carlos, what do you think would be the most important invention in the last 100 years?
It's difficult to say only one because it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
In the past, I heard that some people say that penicillin, other people say that television. But for me, in the recent day, the internet is, for me, is
Uh-huh.
one of the most important events.
Okay. Yeah. So for you, internet, but you've heard penicillin, which was usually my answer for this question, and television. You've heard. Okay. Awesome. David, welcome.
Thank you, Oli. Hi.
All right. Hi, and nice to see you again. So,
See.
In your opinion, what do you think has been the most important invention of the last 100 years?
Sure. Well, I think the one of the most important has been the computer.
Uh-huh. Okay. And okay, excellent. Thank you very much. And Huseinaga, what would you say would be a really important invention of the last 100 years?
I agree with other students. Computer, airplane, airplane, television, internet, very important. And we can add this list also electricity, radio, uh, radio, cell phone, TV also very important technology development.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. All right. And I think some of these were actually invented more than 100 years ago, but I think what was it? Was airplane? I think that's been more than 100 years, and I think electricity also was more than 100 years ago nowadays. But it's hard to believe that. So, all right, and so Giancarlo, what would you say would be the most important invention of the last 100 years?
I don't remember. I don't know how long has the dictionary, has been invented. But dictionaries, electronic dictionaries, or maybe paper dictionaries, are really, really important.
Yeah, I think paper dictionaries have been around for hundreds of years, but electronic dictionaries definitely during the last 100 years, definitely. Jorge.
Yeah, I agree with some of my classmates here. I really think that the computer is a great invention, and also the internet. The internet, it was a great thing that human happened. But you know, I really enjoy the wash machine. So I think there is a important thing in that all people have to be in a house. You know, it's really excited to set up all the parameters and go after a period of time and get your clothes clear.
The washing machine. How about the dryer?
Also, yeah, this is the perfect combination.
It's funny because I lived in, as most of you know, I've lived in 2 foreign countries, South Korea and Finland, and neither one of those countries I had a dryer, and I didn't miss it, but yeah. So, and Anna Carolina says we have to put the dishwasher on here, and I totally agree. So I hate doing it.
Yeah, but I fell in love. I fell in love when I get my first washing machine. I think because I am single yet, so I really save a lot of time using that machine. It's a great invention.
Exactly, especially the dishwasher. Like when I was living, right now I live with family, but when I was living alone, with the dishwasher and the washing machine, for the washing machine, I would just use it as a clothes hamper, and I would just put my clothes in, and as soon as it was full, I would wash it. And the dishwasher, the same thing. So It's different when you're with a family. So Sabrina, can you think of some things that have been invented in the last 100 years that are very important to our lives?
I agree with almost the class. For me, the computer is the most important invention because we use this in other things, in cell phones, in television, so this is the best.
So computers for everything. Anna Carolina keeps writing up other answers. I haven't read them all, so that's why I wrote video games. But the computer, so that's what you find the best, Sabrina. Awesome. Yeah, and I totally agree with you guys on all of these. What would our life be without them? Or if something happens, some world calamity happens, and we don't have most of these, we will adapt. So if we don't have it, we will adapt. So anyway. Let's match before we read this article, we've got some keywords here that may be new for some of you, so let's go over this. We have a mogul, a verb to stare, to misreport, a rumor, a sensation, bright, a pioneer, spam, and then a vacuum cleaner. So let's go ahead and match these together. Hussein Naga, can you read the first one, letter A?
A mogul.
No, letter A. Letter A, over on the other side.
Letter A mogul. A, okay. A machine.
No, that's,
A machine which cleans floors and other surfaces by sucking up dust and dirt.
Okay.
A vacuum cleaner.
A vacuum cleaner. And that's one we didn't put on our list, but it should be there, right? So a vacuum cleaner, definitely. All right. Thank you very much. And Sabrina, can you read letter B?
A person or organization which is one of the first to do something. A pioneer?
A pioneer, yes.
Pioneer, sorry.
Pioneer, perfect. So, all right. And Alejandro, could you do letter C?
A story that people hear from other people which may or may not be true. A rumor.
Yes, a rumor would be that. Number 4, perfect. Okay, and we have David, could you read letter D?
Okay, Holly. An important, powerful person in business or entertainment would be maybe a sensation.
No.
A mogul, sorry, a mogul.
A mogul, yeah. So a mogul usually is a person who's very rich who goes and he buys all the radio stations or all the TV stations, and he is very rich and powerful in that industry, in that area. So, all right. Ana Carolina, can you, no, let's see. Jorge, can you read E?
Yeah. Intelligent. Maybe sits bright.
Bright, perfect. E. And then Ana Carolina, can you read F?
Something which causes great excitement and interest. A sensation.
A sensation, perfect. Excellent. All right, and then Ana Paula, welcome.
Hi, fine. How are you?
Very good. I haven't seen you in a while. So could you read letter G?
Yes. To give the wrong information in a newspaper, magazine, news, broadcast, etc. about what somebody said. It is misreport.
Perfect. To misreport something. All right. And then we have Giancarlo. Can you read letter H?
H. To look for a long time with your eyes wide open. Stare or to stare.
To stare, yes. And sometimes it's difficult to get children to stop staring. So, and then the last one, Carlos, could you read the letter I?
Unwanted emails, usually advertisements, spam.
Spam, yeah. All right. So, are there any words or phrases in here that you guys need some clarification on this? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to read an article and find out who made the following inaccurate or wrong predictions and when they made it. And so first of all, the first one is the British will not need telephones. That was a prediction that was made. Pretty funny. Number 2, people will soon get bored of watching television. Number 3, 640 kilobytes of memory is all that you will need in a computer. By 2006, the iPod will no longer be popular. Well, if they kept it at the way it was in 2006 or early 2000s, that would be true. Number 5, a 10-passenger airplane will be the biggest plane ever built. Number 6, people will not need home computers. Number 7, the problem of spam will be solved by 2006. Boy, I wish that were true. Number 8, there will be nuclear-powered vacuum cleaners before 1980. Pretty funny. All right, so what we're going to do is read this article. First of all, are there any words or phrases here that you guys do not know? And so everybody's fine? Okay, we're going to read this article and see who made these predictions. The iPod, it's certain to fail, and other predictions the experts would rather forget. Sir Alan Sugar is not alone. Many of technology's greatest minds have been proved very, very wrong. So Sabrina, can you read, let's see, can you read number 1?
The telephone. How and which. In 1873, Sir William Pulse, the chief engineer of the post office, said, "The Americans have need of the telephone, but the British do not. We have plenty of message boys." But with nearly 80 million handsets in Britain alone, that's almost 2 per adult. We've never needed them more.
All right, so the British do not need telephones. Pretty funny. Okay, Jorge, can you read number 2?
Yeah. Television. Boring. Televisions were first sold widely in the 1930s. So, what influenced Daryl Zanuck, a Hollywood mogul and founder of 20th Century Fox, when in 1946 he predicted that people would soon get tired of staring at bots every night.
He predicted that people would soon get tired of staring at a box every night. Okay, thank you. Number 3, Jean-Carl, read that one.
Yes, is that kilobytes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, 640 kilobytes of memory, all you need on a PC. Let's be fair to Bill Gates. He claims he was misreported when in 1981 there were rumors about his view that nobody would need more than 640 kilobytes on their PCs. Most machines are sold with at least 2 gigabytes of memory, only 3,500 times the amount that people say Gates predicted.
All right, thank you. All right, and Hussein Naga, can you read number 4 and just the first paragraph?
I thought certain failure. Sir Alan Stuttgart, the Amstrad boss, has a reputation for straight talking. What then was he thinking when he said in an interview in February 2005, "Next Christmas the iPod will be dead, finished, gone, kaput"?
All right, thank you. All right, David, could you read the next one?
Yes, Holly. The media players designed by Apple are one of the technical sensations of the decade, selling 174 million units worldwide.
All right, thank you. All right, and number 5, Carlos, could you read that one?
The Boeing 247, unbeatably big. In 1933, a Boeing 247 capable of holding 10 people took flight. One unnamed engineer proudly declared, "There will be never a bigger plane built." True, if you do not include the 727, 737, and 747, and hundreds of other airplanes, commercial or military. Perhaps keeping his name secret was the brightest idea the engineer had.
Okay. Now, one thing about these kind of things, when you have a number, a model number like this, we actually don't say the 100 here. So we'll say a Boeing 247 capable of holding 10 people took flight in the next sentence. True if you do not include the 727, the 737, 747. So we'll say the 10 here, but we won't say the 100. 727s, or we sometimes might say 727 or 727. Very rarely will you hear flight 727 or Boeing 727. So, all right, Ana Paula, could you read number 6?
Okay. Computers are not really for home use. Digital Equipment Corp, better known as DEC, has been a pioneer of the U.S. computer industry. But what was its co-founder, Ken Oslin, thinking when he argued in 1977 that there is no reason for anybody to have a computer at his home? More than 1 billion people now have home computers.
So, okay. So when he argued. So argued. Yeah, very good. All right. And thank you. And Ana Carolina, could you read number 7?
Sure, Holly. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
All right. The end of Spawn. What Bill Gates can't deny is providing the following piece of wisdom to the 2040 World Economic Forum. 2 years from now, the father of modern information technology said, "Spam will be solved, as everyone with an email account knows." Knows. The number of unwanted emails shows no sign of decreasing. Sorry.
Okay. No worries, not a problem. That's why you're here, is to get feedback. So spam will be solved. So instead of solved. So remember the past tense. Yeah.
Solved.
All right. Thank you. And then Alejandro, number 8.
Nuclear vacuum cleaning. Just over half a century ago, Alex Lewitt, president of the Lewitt Company Vacuum Company, made a prediction to the New York Times. Nuclear-powered vacuum cleaning will probably be reality within 10 years, he said.
Okay, so you got kind of confused on this, Alejandro, because, for example, I don't know if it's Lewitt or how to pronounce this name, but Lewitt Corp Vacuum Company, and what you did is you said Lewitt Company Vacuum Company, so that's why that got confused. So Lewitt Corp, some people will pronounce the P, some people pronounce it like just like it is Corp, and other people like myself, I don't actually pronounce the P, I say Core. I'm not sure why. And then also, you also got confused when you said nuclear-powered vacuum cleaners will probably be, and then you went, what did I just do? So will probably be a reality. So that was just a mistake in reading, not a problem. Okay, so are there any words or phrases in here that you guys do not know or you want clarification on? Or do you have anything to say? Are you guys surprised about any of these? So Jorge, you have 16 gigabytes of RAM on your computer?
Yeah, and that is amazing. And I was thinking, how was my life if I have just 640 kilobytes? So I will become crazy, I am sure.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think you wouldn't become crazy because you wouldn't know any different. Because I remember when they were that small. So, and it's really no big problem when you don't know. But the problem would be is if you didn't, you had have 16 gigabytes, and then you go to 640 kilobytes, and then you're like, ah.
Oh God! Thanks for this time.
Yeah. So, any other? At the end of spam, to me, that's pretty funny. Ending spam by what's 2006. that was pretty funny. So, do you think any of these? Okay, television. Okay, he predicted that people would soon get tired of staring at a box every night. Now, I don't think that's true, but do you think that there is going to be an end of television now that we have live streaming and Netflix and things like that? What do you guys think? Anybody have an opinion?
I don't watch television anymore.
Uh-huh.
Very good. I have the internet, so for me that's it. And I have a little problem with television because you need to watch when they want to pass some program, and I prefer to watch when I have time to watch this thing. Mm-hmm. So this I don't use television anymore, and I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have a TV. Have you guys heard of the Roku? Do you guys have the Roku in your countries yet?
What's the meaning of Roku?
Roku. I think it's a brand name, I think, but it's a little machine where you can get you can stream you basically do Wi-Fi streaming on your TV.
It's similar like to a computer.
No, it's just a little box, and you attach it to your computer. You attach it to your TV, and then it has a Wi-Fi. It has Wi-Fi on it, so you connect it to your router through the Wi-Fi, and then you can go on Facebook, you can browse the internet, and all that stuff from the TV, and you use the remote control. You just use the remote control. So my mom looks at pictures of Facebook on her Roku, and then she goes to all these, like she goes to the Hallmark Channel and then the Netflix. You can go to Netflix and Amazon Prime and things like that. But it's something I had never heard of it until I came back to the States in 2009 or 2010. My sister bought one, and then we got one for my mom, and it's really nice. But they got one for me for Christmas, and I still haven't. I have not hooked it up to my TV, but I think I'm going to in this next week or so. And then I'll watch TV, but it won't be TV. It'll be Netflix. So. All right. So, does anybody have the first generation of an iPod? No? Okay. All right. So let's look at this. So who predicted that the British will not need telephones?
Sir William Preece.
Yeah. And does anybody know who he is? Sir William Preece?
American.
No, he can't be American. He's has
He's
to be
the chief. I think he's the chief executive of the postal office in Britain.
has to be in Britain because it starts with Sir.
Uh-huh.
Americans wouldn't be Sir. So
No.
yeah.
Or Lord.
Yeah, Sir and Lord, those are all British. Well, I guess there are some Americans that might have Sir, but not because of it's because of Britain. So yeah, so Sir William Preece, the chief engineer of the post office. Oh, and who said people will soon get bored of watching television?
The guy of Fox, co-founder of Fox.
Yeah, the founder of 20th Century Fox.
Yes, one of the co-founders.
Yeah, Daryl Zanuck, whatever his name is. So, okay, oops, I won't change it. Okay, and then 640K of memory. Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
He says he was misquoted, so who knows? And then 2006, who said that the iPod will no longer be popular?
I don't remember.
And that was
Alan Sugar.
Yeah.
Alan Sugar.
Sir Alan Sugar, the Amstrad boss. So, and then a 10-passenger airplane will be the biggest ever built. And that was taken by, that is an unknown engineer, a Boeing engineer. So don't make a prediction. If you're an engineer, don't make a prediction unless you know it'll happen. So, Boeing engineer. And who said that people will not need home computers?
Digital Equipment Corp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ken Olsen.
Ken Olsen.
Yeah, the co-founder. Let's see, co-founder of DEC. Okay, and the problem of spam will be solved by 2006. I wish he would have been right. So, Bill Gates. And who said there will be nuclear-powered vacuum cleaners before 1980?
Alex.
And would that be kind of cool as well? It would be so much easier. Wouldn't it be awesome if that were true? If he.
But will be dangerous, not only for the radioactivity, because everything that is nuclear emits radioactivity. So
True.
that
It would
will
be dangerous.
More dangerous than useful.
But I've ridden in some cars that actually need nuclear-powered vacuum cleaners because they're so dirty, you know.
We will have an excuse to don't do the chores at home.
Yeah. So. Holly, all right. Yes.
I just remember one of the epic failing predictions. Do you remember the G2 key for the change of the millennium? All machines will become crazy.
Y2K. So yeah, Y2K.
Okay, Y2K. Yeah.
Yeah, Y2.
I remember that event. So all in home, well, all my grandfathers were scared. All the machines, telephone, computer will be crazy. You have to stay at home. Oh well, it was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to do some speaking practice, and then if there's time, we'll go back and do some grammar. I'm kind of in the mood for speaking. So in pairs or groups, of course, as a big group, let's make 5 predictions each and discuss them. I use the expressions below to respond. So we have that will definitely happen. I doubt that will happen. I think that's pretty likely. I'm sure that won't happen. I suppose that might happen. There's no way that will happen. So let's start with, let's see. So David, you're the person, in my view, smack dab in the middle. So David, could you make a prediction, and let's have everybody else respond. Okay, so let's see, how far away should we make it?
Prediction?
A prediction. Should we, like 10, 15, 20 years from now?
But for what topic? Sorry.
It can be any topic you want. It could be world, technology, whatever you want to make. Okay, how about in the next... Okay, so in the next 30 years, say, in the next 30 years, what will happen?
Sure. Okay, let me see. For example, about well, I think that in the next 30 years, more people will be. No, sorry. No, skip me. Sorry.
Skip you.
My
Okay.
mind is. I'm not thinking very well.
Okay, and so we'll come back to you. Okay. Oh, Jorge?
I have one.
Okay.
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, go for it.
The cars are driving alone in 10 years.
Okay, and then
That-
so in the next 10 years, continue. Cars will
drive
be
a lot. Will be driving alone or will be... Okay, yeah.
okay. So what do you guys think of his prediction? Okay.
That will definitely happen.
That will definitely happen. Okay. What about the rest of you guys think? He says that will definitely happen. How about everybody else? Well,
I wouldn't bet on it. It sounds far-fetched.
yeah, so you wouldn't bet on it. Okay. Okay, and Sabrina, what do you think? Will there be driverless cars in the next 10 years?
I suppose that might happen.
You suppose it might happen? Okay. And so Alejandro, what is your opinion?
Yes, could be happen in many cities.
Okay.
Are trains without drivers? Yes.
Yeah.
For example, monorails. I don't know that.
Yeah. So these are some driverless cars right now. I'm not sure I would ever want to drive in one. So the question is, so we already have the technology for driverless cars. The question is, would you ever ride in a driverless car? So, Jorge, would you ride in one?
Yeah, sure.
You would?
Yeah, I will be starting in try one. You know, give the instruction, take me in that place, and just wait that the car do its job. Yeah, taking the shorter way and do these great things. Yeah, taking decisions by themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think. I hope that I have the opportunity to drive one or to use one.
to use one. So you would like to do it. So yeah, Anna Carolina, we already have the technology for it. Unfortunately it doesn't sound it is no longer far-fetched, even though 5-10 years ago we would say it is. But there's already driverless cars out there. So you can say it's far-fetched, but they already have them. But it's not. Let's say driverless cars right now. It is right now not in the mainstream. So does everybody know what mainstream would be? It's very rare right now for people to have a driverless car, and I think they're trying to figure out what to do. Your question, Carolina, you say, but what about the traffic and people surrounding, and how could they control the car control it? I don't know. So I think they must be working all that out. So there's also another thing that's also come. If any of you guys, I think it was just in the last few days, I did a lesson on pilotless planes. Did anybody take that class? And they have the technology now for pilotless planes. So Anna Carolina, now that you've just heard about this, driverless cars, would you ride in one?
Yes, teacher, of course, because I cannot drive, but I don't know how they could control the people surrounded and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's very different than a plane. There is no traffic in the air, no obstacles. Can I make a prediction?
You absolutely can.
Okay. I reckon that in 30 years from now, we will be taking pills instead of eating food, because the natural resources are doomed.
Pills instead of eating food. Okay, so that's the prediction. 30 years from now, we will be taking pills instead of eating food. So, Giancarlo, what do you think of her prediction?
I'm sure that won't happen. No.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
because... Yeah, tell me.
Go on. Go on. Why do you think that won't happen?
Because talking about food and all that kind of merchandise, or how do you say, that kind of the things that people sell, we are talking about the companies, we are talking about money, and we are talking about maybe business. And part of the business is buying and selling fruits, vegetables, and meat, and all that kind of stuff. For that reason, I consider that won't happen.
Okay.
That won't happen.
Because of the industries that we already have. That totally makes sense. Plus, I'm personally not sure it will happen, because eating is so much part of our social life. You know, how many times do we meet friends at restaurants and stuff like that? Yeah. So, Anna Carolina, you're right. There could be a population boom, and that maybe not enough food. So, Ana Paula, what do you think of Anna Carolina's prediction?
In fact, I'd like that Ana Carolina is not correct, because I'd like to continue to eat some vegetables and fruits and many other health foods.
Okay, so you want to continue eating, so you don't want her to be correct. So, yeah, that would be cool to move to another planet, Jorge. That would be awesome. Carlos, and what do you think? Do you think 30 years from now we will be taking pills instead of eating food? Because we just won't have enough food for the population?
I'm not sure about what Ana Carolina says because for many people, eating is one of the biggest pleasure. Enjoy a good dish is a big pleasure. So it's hard to me thinking about leave the traditional food and now eat a pill. So it's strange for me.
Okay.
And the prediction about the cars, for me, it's possible because we already have self-parking cars. So I think in the future there will be self-driving cars.
Yes, definitely. I think there's the last one to me is going to happen. I don't like the idea, but it's going to happen. So, Hussein Naga, what do you think? Do you think 30 years from now we will be taking pills instead of eating food?
I think will not happen. Maybe human will use pills in extreme situation. For example, astronauts in space for their condition may be useful, but using of taking pills and natural for human body and eating food also is process for people. I think it will not happen never. Instead of taking eating food.
Okay, thank you. All right, and Alejandro, what do you think of this prediction?
The pills?
Yeah.
I think it's probably 30 years. Now some scientists talk about this, but I don't know. It could be possible in the future.
Could be possible. Okay, all right. And Sabrina, what do you think?
I prefer there is not way will happen because I love fruit.
Me too.
I prefer to see the food, to smell. So for me, this is impossible.
You know, it's really funny because what you just said, I just thought of when you saying the smell. I remember in 2006, I was introducing the type of training that we're in right now to some colleagues, and most of them were very resistant, and they thought, "Oh no, we can't teach people over the internet. That's just not possible." And one of the teachers said to me, "Holly, I want to smell my students." And I was like, well, I don't want to. So, but it was really funny because at the time, this type of training was so new. Live training on the internet, no, nobody would do that. And now it's actually quite popular, and people are doing it all over the world. And but I remember just how resistant people were to this new idea of training. And I remember thinking to myself I was doing I think it was a half seminar. So I was teaching this one guy. It was a 1-to-1 student, and he was I think he wasn't an attorney. I think he was a banker, and he was also a chain smoker. And about every 40 minutes, he would say, "Holly, I need to take a break." And so he would go out and smoke. And it dawned on me that if he were learning online, he could sit and smoke in class. Nobody would know. So live online training is great for smokers. So it was really funny. But anyway.
Nice.
But I immediately thought of that teacher. She is now almost 10 years later, I don't think she's done live training like this yet, but she has moved on to doing training over the internet, and she mentioned that on Facebook, and I had to send her a message. Are you really? So, okay. Does anyone else have a prediction?
Yes, I have one, teacher.
Oh, okay, Giancarlo.
Yes.
Okay.
There will be a cure for the HIV and cancer.
By when?
Maybe in 10, 15 years.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to say this. In the next, I'm going to change it to 15 to 20 years because 10 just doesn't seem right. Okay, I really hope this happens. That would be awesome. But what do you think, Alejandro? What do you think about his prediction?
Yes, it's possible. In the future, cancer is near to discover a cure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And Ana Carolina, what do you think of his prediction?
I hope that it will happen, but I am torn because the HIV is a virus that mutates quickly.
Okay, so we would pronounce that instead of mutates, mutates. So
Thank you, Holly.
You're welcome.
Mutates quickly. And each time they discover something, the virus turns into another one.
Yeah, but then there's a lot of people that have the HIV virus that it has not gone to AIDS yet. And why hasn't it not moved over? Is it because of the medication that they're taking, or do you know? Ana Carolina, do you know?
Teacher, I'm not a doctor. I don't know why you think that I am.
No, I'm not. I just because you said mutate.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with you being a dentist. I'm just responding to what you said.
Okay. They keep controlling it. People have the virus. To cure a disease means to eliminate the virus.
Okay.
It's different.
Yeah. I just know that it seems like the people who are richer are the ones that don't move into AIDS. So they must have access to more medication. So, anyway, all right, Ana Paula, what do you think about this prediction?
I really think that in 15 or less to 20 years, I think the science will discover the treatment for HIV and cancer, including I watching on TV last week, and I saw that a team in US, they are working a lot and working very hard to discover a cure for AIDS. And then the researcher published in a new journal in Nature that they are trying to obtain many rats without the virus. So I really believe that in the cure in next 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, so you think in the next 10 or 15 years. Okay, I changed it to 15 to 20 because I really don't think it could happen that fast. Okay. All right, thank you, Ana Paula. Carlos, what do you think of his prediction?
Oh, yes, Oliver. I think it's possible because I know the doctor had cured AIDS from HIV. So maybe in the future it's possible, but cancer is difficult, but because there are a lot of reasons from cancer, and also there are up to 200 types of cancer. So for me it's difficult in cancer.
Yeah. Okay, so for you it's difficult to believe that they could do that because there's so many different kinds of cancer.
Yes, for HIV, the doctors have already cured AIDS. So I think it's just about 5 or 10 years they found the cure for the people.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say my opinion?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Problem for treatment of cancer is early diagnosis. If in our days treats cancer, a lot of organs, very big problem is early diagnosis. If in time diagnosis, early diagnosis, already in the world, already treats cancer. Any localization, maybe cancer of lungs, or cancer of stomach, intestinum, kidneys, of or other organs. May big problem is diagnosis, early diagnosis, and there will treatment. Big problem what is. In our days already treats cancer.
Yeah, because it seems like nowadays, if there is an early diagnosis, there's a much bigger chance that the person will survive. So I think and you're absolutely right. And I just remembered that you are a doctor, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is a perfect one for you to explain.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Other forms cancer of blood, we name it or called leukosis, only treats via transplantation of bone, or what in English, bone transplantation. In other countries, in Italy, very developed this procedure.
Yeah, is that like leukemia?
No, transplantation other way.
Really, transplanting the blood though? Is that possible?
No blood, bones from healthy people to illness.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Excuse me, Holly. I have a final question because we have a doctor here as a classmate. I would like to know, because some people say that HIV doesn't exist. That they say that it's just an invention from companies in order to sell pills and medication. What do you think about it, doctor?
I'm sorry, I'm not competent about HIV virus nor other thing. But my opinion in cancer or on cancer about IHV I cannot say.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd forgotten. I would have asked you right away about this one. So, yeah, I'll remember that. So we have a dentist and a doctor in the group here. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So it looks like we are actually out of time. I want to thank you all for your participation in the class. I do encourage you to download as a